Hello everyone, Agent JR here, and I would like to welcome you to Let's Play Dark Souls. This is a Let's Play I've been, tossing around in my head for quite a while and wasn't sure if it was a good idea. But you know what? The best way to find out is just do it. Dark Souls is a wonderful game, I love it, and I have a lot of reasons that I love it that I can't say without actually playing the game. So let's get this started here. Now I'm running the DS Fix modification. I think it's just a few DLLs, but it kind of changes the way the game is rendered, so it will actually render at a resolution higher than console resolution. Which is something that's really nice for PC that I kind of wish they had included originally. Anyway, making a new character here. I think I don't know which class I want to be. This is always a tough choice for me. Though it doesn't really matter in the end. It just basically gives you different starting equipment and some different stats. I'm gonna go with Thief. We will take the most important item in the game, the pendant, as our gift. Physique. I'm going to be a very fat thief. I will steal your wallet as well as your sausages. I'm not going to get too crazy with face customization. You can do quite a bit with it. Let's go with something simple like a Delta Farmer, because he reminds me of the guard from Oblivion. Imperial Guard. Give ourselves some hair. Do we really want hair, though? I'm thinking maybe not. There's not really much point in choosing a color. We'll go with red anyway. Just in case I decide to get some hair later on. You never know how these things are going to go. Oh. I'm going to be a few minutes here. I have to pick a name. You know what? Let's just go with something simple. Agent JR. I haven't named any of my other characters that, so it'll be easy to differentiate which one I'm doing for the Let's Play. Yes, I'm okay to start the game with this character.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then, from the dark, they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Asylum and her daughters of chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless lights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
And that's how the game starts. Well, it's how the world of the game begins. Because I'm recording, these loading screens are going to be a bit long. So I just ask you to bear with me. Get to learn so many interesting things in the loading screens, though. Apparently Carmina discovered the Iron Flesh pyromancy. Interesting.
Yes, indeed. The dark side brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Pretty bummed out by that. Being locked up kind of sucks. Just kind of waiting here, not doing much. But what's this? Food? No. Someone's helping me. And here is where our story begins, in the Northern Undead Asylum. Been locked away for being undead. We've just been given the means to effect our escape. Teach them to lock us up. On the floor here there will be various messages. The ones in this area are all from developers, so they're just telling you how to control the game. Right button is attack. Make good use of that. Kill this poor soul just standing there, not doing anything. So the strong attack, it's a little bit better. Can run, dash, even jump. That'll become very useful. Really, everything will be useful at some point. There's no need for me to really explain how a lot of this works. Target lock, you lock onto a target. You can climb ladders, slide down ladders, and you can climb ladders again. Alright, and here's our first bonfire, which is kind of like a checkpoint. It doesn't save your game, but it does save you. When you die, you'll respawn at a bonfire without any of your souls or humanity. And you'll have to try and retrieve those from your bloodstain that's left where you died. I'm going to try not to die just yet. Good luck with that. I'm not like the sound I'm hearing. See that demon up there? be joining us shortly. Well, the game wants me to run, but I say nuts to that. I'm here to fight. Oops. Okay, it's been a while since I fought this guy. Let's see what we can do here. Notice I'm doing very little damage to him. There's not really much I can do here. So I think I'm just going to leave. You can fight him to the death, and you do get an item for it. Also, depending on which gift you choose, you can kill him a lot easier in the beginning. Let's just move on to this bonfire, recuperate a little bit, and we'll come back to him. First thing I need to do is get my shield. This archer is going to be quite an annoyance until I do. Alright, here's the equipment screen. All my armor, rings, bolts, arrows, items I can equip. Right hand and left hand, and you get 2 sets of equipment for each. What are you going to do now, Mr. Archer? Just run away? Get back here. Stab you in the back. Hardly any damage until I get my actual weapon. Now we can stab him in the back much more effectively. So yeah, the bandit class... No, this is the thief class. Bandit class is a bit different. Starts with target shield and the bandit knife. Bandit knife being actually one of the best daggers in the game. The target shield is a pretty good small shield as well. Oh, you know what? Before I do... Oh, that was a close one. Was that you? Was that you? Oh, that was you. Okay, I'm just gonna kill you for that. Not try anything fancy. You'll see what happened there. If you try to be fancy, you can end up just getting yourself killed. If I unlock this door, I can get back to this bonfire. And I guess the demon pushed those doors closed again. I wonder if I could go in there and fight him. At this point, I am almost equipped enough to win. I'll do that in just a moment. Because aside from nearly bowling us over, that ball also broke open this wall. Where the man who helped us out of our cell is laying, waiting.
Oh, you. You're no hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Of course I have time for the man who saved my life. Or my undeath.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission. But perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family. Thou who art undead art chosen. And thine exodus from the Undead Asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know. And I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask. An undead favorite.
Oh boy.
Oh. And this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm, and thank you. Alright.
So he's just going to give up and die there. I'm not sure if he's undead quite yet. Now, he also mentioned the phrase, well, he said, I'm not hollow. A hollow is an undead who has lost their sanity and basically turned into the mindless zombies we've been fighting so far. Yeah, I really don't know if he's undead or not. I'm assuming not. Because when we leave, he kills himself and we get his souls. Then again, the same thing can happen when you kill an undead. It's really not. I shouldn't waste too much time thinking about that. So we get a few more tutorials here. We do a jump attack, a kick, and we can wield our weapon with 2 hands, which is hilarious for a dagger, but also pretty useful. I'm going to try and make use of that. Come here, buddy. How'd you hit me? Now what I'm doing here is something we haven't been introduced to yet, but is probably one of my favorite ways to fight, is parrying. Wait until the opponent is attacking, right before their attack hits. You parry it with your shield, and you get a chance to do a wonderful critical stab. And it is by far the most damaging thing you can do with a melee weapon. Can't open this door yet. You'll notice this fog wall here. It's somewhat of an area transition. Kind of. I don't know how to explain it. Transitioning through a fog wall unlocks new areas for you. Hey look, there's our friend, the demon. Let's go say hi to him. Right in his face. Oh, that hurt, didn't it? I'm gonna two-hand my dagger. And keep getting hit. Alright, he's nearly finished. There we go. Demon is taken care of. Me, not much the worse for wear. We didn't get his hammer, that's the only problem. It's alright, we'll get a chance to get that later. Notice they're still stomping somewhere. Something's still wandering around in here. That's fine. We're leaving this area for now. We have the key to exit. Good job. Go straight ahead. Okay. This is an interesting little area. Got a few graves here. The writing that we cannot read. Oh, there's a bird's nest here.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
Now, I guess that's one of the eggs talking to us. It wants us to drop items in there, and depending on the item, it'll give us something in return. We don't really have anything to do with that yet. What we can do is go to the edge of this precipice.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the Undead Asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
That does indeed sound like the land of the ancient lords. So, got to the edge of the cliff, and a giant crow grabbed us. Or was it a raven? Not sure. And we are being carried rather unceremoniously to Lordran. Surprised I escaped from that unscathed. Here we are. first area connected to the rest of the game. You can level up and kindle at bonfires, apparently. So here is the Firelink Shrine bonfire. The most important ones in the game. And let's see what we can do here. We have a few options. Level up. We can use the souls we've accumulated to increase our statistics. I'm not going to be doing that quite yet, because I'm very, very picky about my leveling up. We can kindle. Well, we could hit kindle if we weren't hollowed. Now, that's kind of strange, because apparently looking like beef jerky is being hollowed, but being a hollow is also being a mad undead zombie. A little bit of confusing terminology there. We can reverse our hollowing with humanity, which we don't have any of yet. That's the gray and black numbers in the top left corner. Who's this person? He looks human, but...
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the Undead Asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the Undead Church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
I wonder how he knew we were looking for the Bells of Awakening.
Ah, your face. You're practically hollow. But who knows? Going hollow could solve quite a bit.
Anything else to say?
Restoring your humanity? Well, there are a few ways to go about it. Collect it bit by bit from corpses. Or you can butter up a cleric and get yourself summoned. And the quickest way, although I'd never do it, is to kill a healthy undead and pillage its humanity. Coveting thy neighbor is only human, after all.
Alright. So he's kind of giving us the lay of the land as far as game mechanics go here, though not very clearly. How humanity works is... Let's get a start right here. These are humanity items, which you can use to add a number to your humanity score. Then your humanity score can be used to reverse hollowing, kindle bonfires, and also the amount of humanity you have in the counter affects various statistics, item find, and other things like that. What we're going to do is offer this one humanity to reverse our hollowing. And another aspect of reversing hollowing being human is PvP. It allows you to access pretty much all of the online features of the game, interacting with other players especially. In the form of invasions or cooperative play, various things like that. Now, there are quite a few items scattered around here in the Firelink Shrine. We're going to try and find most of them before we continue on. I'm going the wrong way. There are lots of hidden items, hiding places in this game, so it definitely pays to explore. It's got some fire bombs, those are nice. Making use of them for the early part of the game. What's this? Ah, this is one of the player messages that we can find. He's telling us merchant ahead, which is... not really true. Oh well. Oh yeah, and we can gesture to people. It's mostly used to interact with other players. But it can be kind of fun to just emote randomly. Like to this person right here. You can't emote if that talk dialogue is up. Him. We'll talk to him.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Firelink. Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
I am Petrus. Do you have business with us? Something tells me he's a little off-kilter.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Ooh. Copper coin. Is that going to be useful?
Oh my. You again. Oh, I know. How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Sure, I'd like to learn some miracles.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Actually, no, I don't want to join your covenant.
That is a shame. But each to their own. Speak to me if you have a change of heart.
So, the covenant he tries to get you to join is the Way of the White. That has a lot to do with cooperative play, I believe. And it may also reduce your chances of being invaded. And for these videos, that's not something I really want to do, because invasions are... Well, they can be annoying, and a lot of the times it will be twinked out people who are invading you. They can be a lot of fun. It's definitely something worth showing off. Like this secret stash here. I wonder whose it could be. All these treasure chests just laying around with homeward bones in them. What else do we have here? A morning star and a talisman. Cracked red eye orbs. Those are used for invading. And one more item. You can see the graveyard down below. Lloyd's Talisman, which is also a PvP item. Though I think you can use it against enemies as well. It allows you to prevent them from using an Estus to recover. Okay, these skeletons. Which are pretty tough to begin with. Well, actually, when I first started the game, I thought you had to go through the graveyard, and I managed to get myself very worked up fighting these guys over and over and over, because they're way too tough for a beginning character. And I almost quit the game right there until I decided to take another path. Now, they're going to follow me for a little bit, but I should be able to avoid them. Also, one thing I should mention about the bonfires is that it resets all of the enemies. So, things you've killed, things that are chasing you or have been displaced, all return to their original positions. And you gotta fight through them again. So we're nearly done here. There's just a few more items for me to pick up. There's that one there, which I need to get from the other side. It's all wet in here. There's a treasure chest that's always empty. Still not sure what that's about. Our final item is Soul of a Lost Undead. Now, there are a few items here I should probably elucidate a little bit. We have Cracked Red Eye Orb, Invade Another World, Black Separation Crystal, banishes a co-op phantom or returns you home if you're invading. Mention that. Homeward Bone returns you to your last bonfire and activates it. Now, these souls are basically used to acquire souls. Nothing really special about that. And we can also have 5 items equipped at a time. This is pretty good. Let me use these souls quick. And then we'll level up. Now, I guess I should also mention what Kindling does. That allows you to increase the number of Estus Flask swigs you get from a bonfire. And in the beginning, you can only get up to 10. But you'll get a Sacred Rite later in the game that allows you to boost it up to 20. at the cost of 2 more humanity. It costs 1 humanity to kindle each time. So let's see, I'll put a couple into strength. My dexterity is good, and 1 into vitality. I also want to bump up endurance at some point. That'll increase my equipment load and my stamina, both of which are very important. Right now my equipment is light enough that I can do a fast roll, but that's not going to stay for very long. What are you doing? Come on, stop turning. I'll stab you in the back. This is the way you're supposed to go. I could go through Graveyard, grab some items, go down to New Londo Ruins and grab some items, but I'm just not going to do that right now. There'll be plenty of time to go there. Ooh, oh, I'm on fire. Another soul. I'm not going to use that until we get to a bonfire. This guy is being a bit of trouble throwing fire bombs. Let's take care of him. Off the... I sent one off the edge and another followed. It's always fun. Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Tired of waiting. Now, two-handing a weapon is good for a variety of reasons. It increases the power with which you attack, basically how likely you are to stagger an enemy. Also break through their shield block, which is very nice, and it also increases the amount of damage you do by a little bit. So if you're ever having trouble, an enemy is holding up his shield, well actually there are a few ways around that, but two-handing your weapon is a good one. Here we got a Ring of Sacrifice, which allows me to die and not lose any of my souls or humanity, or even my human status. So if I die with that ring on, I will stay unhallowed. I also picked up a Morning Star. Let's see, I do have the stats to use this, so let's give it a shot. Unfortunately, it's heavy enough that I now do a mid-roll, which isn't quite as fast as the fast roll. Surprising, isn't it? Never would have made that connection myself. Those rats. I don't like those rats. More on that later. Just trudging through some sewers here. It's pretty nice, you know? This beautiful clean water flowing all around my ankles. You know, my shoes are wet and uncomfortable. My feet probably stink as well. Good luck. Well, thank you. I do appreciate the sentiment, so I'm going to give you a plus rating. Now, I've been told that gives the person who made the message humanity. Why is the phone ringing? I'm sorry about that. It's a long-distance call. I don't want to deal with that right now. Sorry about the interruption there. Now everything's going wrong. What was I even talking about? I don't remember. Yeah, getting humanity from messages like that. Whoa. Okay. Morning Star is not a weapon I'm used to using. It swings kind of slow and heavy. But it also does nice damage and causes a bleed effect if you do enough hits with it. What's that? You have fire bombs? I don't care. I'm just gonna beat you to death. Pow! Right in the kisser. That's one nice thing about the Morning Star. It does that double hit, which I don't know if that even does more damage than the regular, the other parry animation. It's just kind of nice. Now, we got a piece of armor from that one hollow warrior armor. Now, all these stats, they're stats. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but poise is a very important one. That's how likely you are to be staggered and knocked over. That's something that you want to raise, so you're less likely to be staggered. Let's see if I can hit this guy. He's trying to get to me. Oh, he can hit me. There we go. Smacked him through the wall. These barrels are hiding something special. A few items. and a little bit of a side path. Let's see what we have here. That leads up to the... It doesn't lead up, but that is the top of the stairs where we came from. Here's a little stairway that's blocked off. And lots of lost undead souls hanging around. Good for me. Free souls. Beware of lying in ambush. What do you mean, these guys? Yeah, we should be wary of that. Ooh, that was a lucky block. Try ranged battle. I don't have any ranged items yet. Can't really do that. And these guys, they're lying in ambush, but they're a little bit more obvious, so just take care of them quickly. Those ones tried to ambush us while we were ambushing the ambushers, but I had none of that. Trying to think of another way to use the word ambush, but it wasn't really coming to me. Alright, now we ended up where that guy was. There's one more item over here. Some nice, solid humanity. The little black sprite. And a couple of enemies just died there. I'm not sure how or where. But I got the souls for it anyway.